What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the MulletCast, the podcast where business and pleasure collide. My name is Evan Balmer.
What's going on? How are you?
Hey, Mike. What's going on? That is Mike Mercia. I'll identify
drinking
him.
some water. Yep.
Sweet. Today we are fortunate enough to be joined by Brian and Eric Barr. Brian and Eric are the founders of Feeling Swell. Check out Feeling Swell online at feelingswell.us. I'm sorry, that's on Facebook. The website is feelingswell.org, and on Instagram at feeling.swell and at feeling.swell.foundation. What's up, fellas?
Hey, how's it going, guys? We're the fortunate ones here. Thanks for having us.
That's cool.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you coming in. Just for a quick background, Mike and I were doing a little game planning, like who do we need to get on the podcast? And he's like, you know what? My wife really loves this brand, Feeling Swell. You should check them out. They're doing some cool stuff. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Nicole Mercia. For the tip. And that's how we found you dudes.
Yeah, it means we did something right along the way.
That's right.
So thank you, Nicole.
She does social work, and she works for the state helping individuals with mental illness find housing. So rather than living on the streets, they use subsidized housing. And so and we could get right into that, your message ties into her also loving the beach and the style of clothing. So on the website, you guys had a mission statement saying that, I guess you could explain it. What's Feeling Swell about?
Yeah, I think it's something we're always constantly refining, but we really do want to build a brand that encourages conversation on mental health, a brand that you can look at and it provides comfort in knowing that there's communities that support you and that there are people talking about this. I think it's clearly just such a stigmatized topic still, and we want to bring that in the forefront of the conversation with our brand. Eric,
I agree, yeah.
Awesome. Now, did you guys have any personal stuff that made you want to go this route? Any experiences growing up, or was it just kind of something you don't think was getting enough spotlight on?
Starting the company for a while, we knew we wanted to do something good with it, but we really had no clue where we wanted to go. And then I think Brian will speak on it.
Yeah, I graduating college, I was a swimmer growing up, and I think my life was very regimented, very scheduled. And then I graduated, didn't really know what to do with my life, and I started to really slowly sink into what was a pretty dark place. Eric was supportive of me through there. He was a great brother there, and around 20, he's nodding. He's like, yeah, he was. He is a good brother. He's a great brother.
What's the age difference between you guys?
3 years. 3 years.
Yeah. Who's older?
I'm older.
Cool.
I'm 23. He's 26.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I started to, I spent a lot of time in bed, and it was constant anxiety. Something I really hadn't experienced before. So I saw a professional, and she started talking about what my symptoms looked like, and it related to what seemed to be OCD. Now, I don't think it's helpful to provide labels, and it's only helpful insofar as it teaches you how your mind might be working, right? Mm-hmm. So, your mind gets attached to this one scary thought and can't leave it, and from there it was very helpful to learn what was going on, and it does require strength, it does require effort, but you can get through something like that. Yeah.
Right. Wow. So were you swimming in college?
I was swimming in college. Yeah,
Where'd you go to school?
Brown in Rhode Island.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That is cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you came back to Jersey after?
Yeah. Well, actually, I came back to Jersey. Moved
About
to
a year ago.
Yeah, we were actually out in California for a while. We were in San Clemente. Eric loved it out there, right? Yeah.
Much better surf.
Were you going to school out there?
I was bouncing around trying to get my associate's degree, and then Feeling Swell started to become something, and I kind of just crossed school off my list and started going full-time Feeling Swell.
Right.
Yeah, Eric's the style guy of everything. He's the one that brings the cool factor to the
cool
company.
factor.
Yeah.
So, who had the idea to start a company first?
I was the one that filed the paperwork, but I think probably our father. Yeah, he actually trademarked the name, and we ran with it. Yeah.
So were you did you set out and say, let's start a clothing company, or what was the idea originally?
Well, how it initially started, I would always serve my dad, and I would say, "Hey, Dad, I'm feeling swell." Just a little pun, play on words, and he loved it. So he thought it was he trademarked it, and what we did initially was just sold Feeling Swell shirts at a bakery in Bayhead, Muller's Bakery, and we raised money for a local girl who was hit by a drunk driver.
Wow.
And that's how it started. We ended up selling a good amount of shirts, so we kind of just step from there, and it became what it is today.
Right.
Just little steps, yeah.
That's cool. It is. It's a awesome saying.
It is. Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah, we think it ties so well back to mental health.
Right.
It's
Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah.
Right, it has a double meaning, really. So why, what's in your background that, you set out to help this girl originally? Because you're obviously doing a lot to help other people.
Definitely our parents. I mean, my dad and my mom have always been very I want to say philanthropic in their own ways, and they've always set those values onto us. And so yeah, initially it was my dad. He thought we should do something with this and have a charity based for sure.
Right. So you guys, so you trademarked the name, and what was your first product?
Ooh. Actually, our first product was a local artist, a very talented guy, Jay Alders. I think he's pretty well known around the surf community. He designed awesome blue. We have it hanging up in our office now, like a big 5-foot canvas. So check him out, Jay Alders, very talented guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And what was the design like?
You could probably describe it better.
It was a super tall, groovy surfer, meshed in with. He was in the tube.
Right.
Written above, of course, was Feeling Swell,
Okay.
and we sold that at Muller's Bakery for probably about a year. And we've had a different design with them every year since. A different artist. We have our full-time graphic designer now who's doing tons of designs. But initially, it was that Jay Alders design was our first design for a while too.
And how many shirts did you sell? Do you know?
With that first shirt?
Yeah.
I don't know how many shirts, but it did raise about $5,000 to $6,000 with just the one design.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool, and I think that is what illuminated. Oh, there's potential here.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you guys scale out from the one shop to, I was just saying before, I think we met last year in Red Bank. You guys had a stand out there. Are you in multiple places now, or is it a lot of online?
Yeah, definitely multiple places. I think we have almost 20 partners now, 22 partners, I want to say.
Nice.
Mostly in Point Pleasant, Bayhead, Ocean County. A couple up in Seabright.
Okay.
Our Lucky Dog Surf Shop is probably the farthest north we have. And then down to Seaside Heights, we have Chop Shop, Santeria. Yeah, we have probably 20 partners now that sell our shirts.
Yeah, and what's cool about, the goal really is to partner with these local businesses to deliver the message. Let's talk about this, right? And so what we're doing is our brand name lends itself to partnerships because we can say Feeling Swell at blank, Feeling Swell at the MulletCast,
Right.
and we'll customize the design for that shop. And we feel that, as we practice, we're really starting to get the feel of that shop, and in a way, it's communicating their positivity to their customers with a customized design. It's pretty cool.
I'm glad you said that because I've been thinking all morning about the MulletCast Feeling Swell shirt that I hope we pull together. That'd be dope.
It flows well with an actual mullet right
It
there.
does.
You can
Actually, the mullet could flow into
I
like
was
a
gonna
tube.
say,
That would be dope.
the mullet provides a lot of artistic liberty.
I'm having a ton of ideas.
All right, sweet.
Well, we were talking earlier that Evan wants to plan like a Costa Rica surf trip with local professionals. I was like, dude, you gotta get on a surfboard first.
That's right.
This is a good
steps.
good group of guys to know right here.
Yeah, totally. So tell us, how did you get into like surfing? Did both of you grow up surfing, or?
Eric's a surfer.
Yeah.
My dad surfed a little bit growing up, and then we moved down here. We got a place in Bayhead, and my dad started surfing again, and I joined along with him. I haven't been surfing that long. I've say like 6-7 years now.
Right.
And then fell in love with it immediately. I moved to California for a bit and did some surfing out there.
Right.
But now I'm back here working and surfing.
That's cool.
In Jersey, yeah.
That's a nice combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll throw it out. We had the conversation with Ming. We're going to Costa Rica, November. What are the dates, Ming? November 13th to the 17th.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously we'd love to have Feeling Swell involved.
We'd love to be involved.
Yeah.
I personally have been down there 6 times now.
Have you really?
Yeah, and
I haven't been at all.
I love it.
It's gorgeous country.
Yeah. I've heard like lots about it. And then my own surfing story, like I grew up Jersey Shore boogie boarding and just never, like I tried to surf on my own a handful of times, and I would get frustrated, ditch the board, and just grab my boogie board to enjoy boogie boarding. So I figured the time is now. Like it's time to learn how to surf properly and put a little trip together. We're gonna bring some businesses down to Costa Rica and do a little mullet style, little surf and business and learning and all that stuff.
I love that.
Yeah. So it'd be cool. All right. So then, from the bakery and selling like one design and everything, how did you? Like, what was your kind of the next steps of like, all right, we're going to turn this into like our full-time like gig and make it a business?
That's a great question. Yeah, so I think that's where we just started taking things at ground level. Okay, we have to sell online, so we put up the website.
Right.
Okay, we have to start getting into surf shops. Okay, we have to define a look. We have to get our mission statement squared away. Eric is, I think, a special talent in terms of his vision of a surf brand. He dresses very well. I think he very clearly has an eye that the average person doesn't, which has now partnered with our graphic designer, Matt, extremely talented guy, Matt Cornier. Whoever's listening, check him out. I mean, from there, we're really just following the lead of other brands. I think we definitely take inspiration from the leaders, from the Vans and the Hurleys of the world. But we're also trying to develop our own look. I mean, can you speak to that too?
I think you knocked that out of the park. Yeah, I think it's just been little tiny steps. We're new to this. We didn't have a company before us, so we're really just figuring it out as it goes. And things are clicking, things are not clicking, and we're figuring it out, and just little steps along the way. And I think right now we're really starting to have our own look and really be able to tell a story. So it's starting to figure itself out.
Yeah, and we owe a huge shout out to the Point Pleasant community. They've been supportive ever since day one. So yeah, they definitely deserve a shout out.
So it's kind of like a home base where
a lot of
launching.
Yeah. Awesome. A lot of good people over there in Point Pleasant.
Right.
Right.
So I mean, and it's kind of cool because you're a true Jersey brand, right? You're like local and growing out of the surf shops in this area, and that's sweet.
And that's how we want to grow. We want to be those local guys, that grassroots company that then
just grow organically.
Right.
Yeah. We do want to grow large. We want our message to be powerful.
Yeah.
We think it's an important cause, but we believe the best way to do that is by getting 10 people that love you instead of 10,000 that kind of like you.
So. Yeah, of course.
I agree. Do you guys have different roles in the company?
For sure. Yeah.
I send the emails.
Okay. You're the guy I've been in touch with all along.
He's the business whiz. He's the smart guy.
I don't know about whiz, but no.
You got to put that Brown education to work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah.
Puts a lot of pressure on.
I guess I'd do the creative stuff, and then we have the full-time awesome graphic designer as well, and production manager Alec, best friend for life. And yeah, so there's 4 of us on the team, and then my dad, who's overseeing a lot of it as well.
Nice.
And our HR is our dog Ginger, who does a great job as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Have you guys collabed with any organizations that work with mental illness?
Actually, right up the street from you guys, yeah. Mental Health Association of Monmouth County was kind of our big mental health partner. They do awesome work. I think, but I hope they can correct me if I'm wrong here, but 90% of the services they provide are free services. Which is rare, especially when therapy can be so expensive. But they've done a wonderful job. Yeah, shout out to Stacy Donovan, Susan Talone, Ashley Pacifico, great people over there. Yeah,
nice.
That's cool.
And are you always looking for more people to connect with in that field?
Yeah, I think it's also important that we grow at a sustainable pace. So for now, we're still maximizing that partnership, but we are, as we said, willing to get anyone the cause that we can. Yeah.
Right.
Awesome.
So on the foundation side of things, like was that there from the beginning, like when you started the company, or is it something that came along?
We've always been donating or raising awareness for something.
Right.
It was at first the local girl in Point Pleasant, then it was the Harbor House in Toms River, which is a at-risk youth facility, and then we partnered up with actually right here the Children's Hospital, Meridian, Hackensack Meridian, right here in Neptune. And then once Brian went through his stuff, and we really realized mental health is what we wanted to do. So we went over to mental health, and then we decided we want to do a little more with it. So we started the foundation.
Yeah. Right. It started out really as just giving to other nonprofits, trusting that they're doing with the money what they can, and now we want to start launching our own initiatives, and we are. I mean, we have one that we're starting right now. We're calling it the Postcard Project, and essentially in every single package that we ship out, you get a pre-stamped postcard, and the idea is to send an encouraging message to your friend for free.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
because
awesome.
It's proven that receiving a letter versus a text message or an email actually affects your mental health in a positive way.
Right.
Yeah.
I just saw something like that. I forget who was talking about it.
I love that.
It might have been Gary Vee actually. He was saying, like, reach out to 6 friends you haven't talked to in a long time, and like call them, like, don't email or
don't like their picture.
Right.
Think that solidifies a relationship.
Right, totally.
Yeah,
it's true. I mean, there needs to be more of that stuff.
Yeah.
Just the small things go a long way.
Yeah.
Totally. So will you still do a combo of like helping other causes and your own foundation, or are you trying to focus more on your foundation right now?
I think we'll always be helping other causes,
right?
Mental health oriented, for sure. But we're really focusing on trying to find out what we really want our foundation to do right now.
Right.
We have a bunch of local or little initiatives going on right now, but we want to really have our thing, our different thing that separates us from all the other people. and we're working to figure that out at the moment.
What do you think it'll be? Like, is it like, are you thinking like an educational thing or some kind of like?
Yeah, see, unfortunately, I wish we had a better answer.
Yeah.
You know, we do want it to be a combination of opening the conversation, guiding people to resources. We're fortunate because we do get to speak on the very positive side of mental health because we have a surf brand and it's focused on optimism. We aren't experienced enough really to focus on the clinical side.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's probably where most of our outreach work will be.
Gotcha.
Is focused on the conversation, and we'll let the clinical people who are professionals deal with that side.
All right.
Yeah, you guys, just going through your Instagram page, you want to like just be on the beach and wear your clothes. You guys do a great job branding.
Yeah, that's all Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's bright and it's colorful, and I
Right.
mean, my wife wears the hoodie all the time, and it's super comfortable.
We think
Yeah.
we think we got some good stuff going. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Where do you get the shirts from? Is it
So we have a couple made in USA, Nicaragua, and El Salvador right now.
Okay.
A couple wholesalers out in California that's where we're getting them from.
nice?
Yeah.
Awesome. Quality's good.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Right. So you are branching beyond shirts, and like, do you view it as like kind of a lifestyle brand, basically, where you're gonna like your whole outfit could be feeling swell?
We started as the t-shirt guys. Definitely, it was all t-shirts. It was all shirts. But now we're definitely branching. We have beach blankets, socks, hats.
People
t-shirts.
love our stickers.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I do. It's something we didn't expect, but like the stickers,
That's cool.
Stickers are
people
huge,
go for
yeah.
the stickers.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
We'll always be good sticker guys.
That's sweet. And I saw your keychain. What's the story with those?
Oh yeah, that was just another initiative. We were raising money for Mental Health Association of Mountain County. We sold those badges, just almost like a summer beach badge.
That's cool.
It was what were they, $7? All the money went right back to MHA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the idea is just to, if everyone gives $10, you can raise a lot.
Yeah.
And they
Right.
deserve recognition for that $10 or $10. So it's just a little badge saying, "Hey, we donated. You donated." Right.
Yeah.
So where do people just go to the website to order those still?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I meant to order mine before we got here today, and I forgot. So.
No problem.
But I will order those. It's cool. They're the like old school, like almost beach locker, like
Like a motel key.
yeah,
Okay.
totally like motel key, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, they're cool. So go out and order one of those for sure. So for your own like personal well-being and stuff, like how did you kind of emerge from that spot you were in? And
Yeah, it's a great question. It does get dark, and I think it does hit you. You don't realize you're in that spot until you're in bed for 10 hours a day. And for me, one thing was family support. As I mentioned, my brother was definitely there for me. The biggest focus I've had, or what I've given most of my attention to, is really discovering who I am as an individual. I think in the world of social media, it's very easy to get lost in what you should be, what people expect you to be.
Right.
But when you devote your energy to being the person you want to be, not only does it gives you peace of mind, but it also shapes your decisions moving forward, right? So if you say, "Oh no, Brian doesn't want to," I want to enjoy my day, and it sounds, it's not. I'm trying to word this correctly. If you make the decision to enjoy your day for yourself instead of anyone else, I think that's the most empowering thing you can do.
Right.
It's hard, and it sounds simple to wake up and say, "No, this day is for me." But if you make that decision, you start to and make that a habit to make that decision, things
Right.
start to turn around.
yeah.
It's a great message. I mean, nowadays with social media, and the numbers are there, the stats are there. It's damaging adolescents to levels where they can't really keep track of it. So having that message platform, just be happy, be you, feel swell. It's really simple. It's like a nice, easy way to wake up in the morning and have that mentality.
Yeah.
It's good.
Being you, it's huge.
Yeah.
Just being you.
Yeah,
And there's
sure.
not enough emphasis on that right now.
Right.
I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah. And I mean, social media, it's like some people, I do that shit too some days. It's like, all right, I'm gonna put this out because this is what I want people to see, right? You're trying to portray some image, right?
Right.
To accomplish something. But it's just one small sliver of your story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And no one's posting their downfalls.
Right.
And, and it's okay to talk about your downfalls too. We all have them.
Right.
Every
Yeah.
single person.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would your advice be to someone that's like feeling that same way right now, like can't get out of bed and just like in a big rut?
it's not an overnight fix. You know, it's something you have to put the energy towards. But you start to enjoy that, and you start to become more and more proud of yourself at the end of the day for growing as an individual.
Right.
Yeah. It just accept that you want to be happier, to be you, and move forward. Take the steps.
Yeah. So how did it turn around for you? Was it slow?
Yeah, I'd say probably, it's been probably 2 years since I was at my lowest point, and now here I am, and I still deal with anxiety. There's still flare-ups, so Eric helps talk me down at those times.
Yeah, do you just wake up some days and say, I don't feel like dealing today? And
Yeah, of course, yeah, I think everyone does.
Everyone does.
Yeah,
Everyone
everyone does. Yeah.
There's probably a lot of people today that were like,
Today
you know
was
what?
one of those
It's
days.
friggin' raining, the power's out, the
Right.
trees are down, like I'm just not going to go do it today.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Which,
Oh yeah, everybody's.
that's, you know.
If they're not fighting their own problems, or
Right.
somebody's dealing with something.
Right.
Everybody's dealing with something.
Mhm.
I heard, I don't know who it was, just told this quote, and I'm probably going to totally butcher it, but it was like, the quote was basically, be yourself because everyone else is already taken, which I think is kind of cool, and I think people forget, you know what I mean, that just, being yourself, like faults and all, is pretty, it's very unique and powerful.
It
right?
is, yeah. 7 billion people in the world now.
Right.
You're allowed to be you.
Yeah. You're allowed to have bad days too.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So what's on the, you mentioned some local initiatives. What kind of stuff are you doing? Actually, I heard something recently, and I had no idea. I was telling my daughter lives down by Lavalette, and she knew all about you guys. She's like, yeah, they did a bunch of stuff down in Lavalette recently, or something was down in that area maybe.
Lavalette, we did. I mean, 2 years back, we did a big food drive down there. We dropped off bags to all the houses. That was when we were partnered up with the Harbor House.
Okay.
And we just also got a new partner in Lavalette, the Salt House, sweet new boutique shop, surf shop. People should check it out. It's really cool. Another initiative, we have that postcard thing going on, those badges that you saw. We
Right.
also just ran a campaign in Point Pleasant and in Manasquan where we sold enamel pins through a bunch of our partners and local businesses, raising money for the Joan Valentine House in Point Pleasant and for MHA in Monmouth County. That was another one we had going on.
Yeah, each pin was sold with a little packet, and you pulled the pin, held the packet together, and each packet actually contained tips for talking about mental health if you're someone that struggles, or to being the listener if you're listening to someone who's having a hard time. And on the back, it had a list of resource numbers. It was a pretty powerful. I mean, we thought it was a pretty powerful little.
That is
tool.
cool. What's
Yeah.
the house in Point Pleasant you mentioned?
The Joan Valentine House.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't want to misspeak here, but it's like an in-home care. I wish I had the mission statement in front
Gotcha.
of me.
Okay. But it's like someone you found that you wanted to support.
Yeah, we actually got in touch with Mayor Reed in Point Pleasant, who he chose the Joan Valentine House. But,
Gotcha.
But they're a huge, I'd say they're the Point Pleasant mental health cause charity.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Check them out.
Yeah. What do your parents do? Like, what was your dad's background to jump on trademarking the name? And
He's worked
Giving
in
you guidance.
pharmaceutical consult. He's a pharmaceutical consultant.
Yeah.
is what you say. And our mom's an interior designer. She just started up a store in Point Pleasant, antiques furniture called Ormaloo. She does a great job as well. But yeah.
On top of that, our dad's starting his own initiative called Saltbox Homes with his buddy Bill Taylor. They're trying to build. They just built their first house, and it's just a kind of affordable housing program. They're trying to get started, and they're going to house 5 or 6 people in their first house. It's pretty cool.
no way.
Yeah,
Saltbox.
Saltbox Homes.
and where's that?
That's awesome.
Based out of Point Pleasant as well.
Okay, cool.
The first house I think is in brick, but they're about to finish construction. It's a pretty cool initiative. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I
Yeah.
mean, your parents did something right because you guys are like seriously impressive, like with what you're doing. And
No, I mean we appreciate you saying it. It's a good
Yeah.
opportunity.
Right.
Yeah, and they're good people. Our parents.
We like doing it, so we're passionate about it. So that's what makes it easy. Easy is probably
Yeah.
the wrong word, but yeah.
right.
It makes it fun.
Yeah.
We enjoy what we do, and that's a special thing to have when you wake up in the morning. So
That is
Absolutely.
cool.
So what? So Evan was talking about like special projects going up. So any product lines like clothing or in the works that you could maybe give us a hint?
We have it's pretty standard midsummer release coming up August 12th. I want to say is the date.
Okay.
It's your everyday hats, more T-shirts, newer stuff. And again, we just picked up this graphic designer almost, 4 or 5 months?
You started February, so 5 months now.
5 months. And we've been able to really start crushing the designs, and I'm super psyched about this one, as well as our last one. Yeah, just more graphic tees, more hats.
Nice.
And yeah.
Awesome.
Nothing out of the ordinary for us just yet, but we've got
Okay.
some big plans down the road, yeah.
We're getting
So
there.
are some of his designs, like, are they out what we'd see out now, or is starting to be a lot of his work?
Yeah.
Pretty much the entire past line was 90% his, 10% was just little simple things I did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Nice.
cool.
Now, you said you got some stuff in the works for the future. What's an out of the box thing that you guys want to get into?
So as a small company, we're just getting we're
Yeah,
wholesaling. You know,
of
we're
course.
just getting what's available. But down the road, and we're actually starting to plan already, is we're really starting to order and design our own stuff. Stripes. We're hoping to be doing board shorts in the future. And
Okay.
just fancier stuff. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're getting out of the box of t-shirts and a little bit of the more unique style towards us.
Yeah.
More, yeah.
Is that one of the shirts here? that you're wearing? No. Oh, yeah, it is. Feeling Swell, yeah.
Yeah. This was just like a simple embroidered thing we got going. Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. So when do you think we'll see board shorts next year?
That's the goal.
That's the goal, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You think we
Yeah.
can get a few in line for? Is it too early to get some prototypes for November and Christmas?
We wish. We can give you some of our leftover board shorts. And we'll just tag on a Feeling Swell tag or something. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So how do you grow, like, outside of this area? You're obviously building, like, a strong foundation. Like, what's your plan to, like, kind of go beyond?
I'd say that's our challenge right now. That's kind of our next step, and we're although the surf industry, especially in Jersey, was really kind of a 4 or 5 month spike in the summer. It's nice that we have the winter to really settle down and think, okay, what's our plan of attack for next summer? How do we want to get out to Florida? How do we get out into California? How do we really want to maximize our Jersey network? Right now, I think we're just. Can you?
I think something that's what we did is we built this town, Point Pleasant. It's almost a model. We have all these partners raising awareness and helping us out, and it is a model that we're going to hopefully be able to just redo in plenty other different towns and grow
Gotcha.
and grow and grow.
Right.
Right.
And each town will have their own messengers, people that'll help get the word out that we're talking
Brand
about this
ambassador type
Yeah.
situation, yeah.
stuff. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. So are the so who are some of the shops you're in Point Pleasant?
There's a bunch. So there's our original was Muller's, which is in Bayhead.
Okay.
Then we got Roundo with a whole Calio's Juice Box. Just recently we picked up Divvy Tree, which is a sweet coffee place, and then
Great people.
great people. Everyone that's with us, we really lucked out.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
all great
Baja
people.
East Surf Shop.
And
Beach
Baja
House.
East Surf Shop. We just started talking to Beach House Surf Shop in Bayhead,
Mhm.
and I've been close with him for a long time. He runs a great shop, and he's been around since the start, since '96. And Sunshine Daydream, a boutique on is it Bay Ave in
Bay Ave,
Point?
yeah.
Another Point Pleasant partner.
Right.
And, am I missing any?
That's it for Point Pleasant. But then you go up and down the coast, there are a few other. Lucky Dog and Seabright right over here is. She's been with us from the start. Melissa, she's wonderful.
That's cool.
Definitely community-oriented person.
Mhm. So do you feel like you grow sort of like a slow crawl kind of throughout Jersey, and then do you definitely shoot out to Cali, Florida, or are there other states like in between where you can sort of regionally?
I'd say a slow crawl at New Jersey.
Yeah.
Really lock down New Jersey as. Yeah, lock down New Jersey, and then we online we're everywhere. We're Outer Banks, North Carolina,
Mhm.
Yeah.
South Carolina, Florida, California.
I think it's important to us that we show our followers in Jersey that we care.
Right.
And I think
Yeah.
if we try and grow too rapidly, that's not what we're about. So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So how do you learn the business stuff along the way?
Ooh. Yeah. A lot of the times it's through the hard way,
Yeah.
you just trial and error. Our dad's been a great advisor in the office. It is hard to work with family. I'll not deny that, but we're figuring it out.
Is the office in the home?
No, the office is.
Are you in an office
We
somewhere?
found it on Craigslist. It was awesome.
Oh, really?
We do have a great spot, actually, yeah. And it's shared. My dad, he works from home
Right.
at this office as well. So he just does his own thing in the back room.
What town are you
Back-
in?
We're in Point Pleasant.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Tucked away right along the Point Pleasant Canal there, under the Loveland Town Bridge. Nice little spot.
Uh-huh.
it's cool.
So you do like some warehousing and stuff there, like everything basically. It's HQ.
It's
It's
HQ.
HQ. We
Yeah.
print all our own stuff over there. We
Oh,
got
do you
we have
really?
our own printer, yeah.
No way. That's cool. We gotta go down and
Sweet.
check that
Yeah,
out.
we
You should, yeah.
Yeah.
We decorated the ceiling. We got a lot of fake plants. Kind of made like a rainforest canopy up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
we
cool.
try and make it home. Yeah.
How
Nice.
how far from the beach?
Like 2 blocks, 3 blocks? No, further than that. 4 very long blocks.
I'd say almost a mile.
Almost a mile.
Almost a
Yeah.
mile,
All right. So if you needed to run out at lunch,
Oh,
you
yeah.
could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take a
Sweet.
surf breaks. Yeah,
Yeah.
for
That's
sure.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys participate in any like surfing events or anything like that?
No, I mean, never competed, nothing like that.
But I mean, as a brand, like, do you get involved in that stuff as well? Like,
we
sponsor
have.
kinda?
We set up a tent and partnered up with MHA and at the Belmar Pro last year. It was a cool event. Yeah, but no, not so much.
Yeah.
No. We hope to be, and we
Right.
hope to be one day running our own and running our own events. But no, not yet.
That's cool. And is that like something like you see too as like sponsorship for like get some surfers?
For
like,
sure.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to say we already sponsor a few kids, but
Do you?
they're my friends. And
Who,
they're
who would that
just-
be? Anyone worth mentioning?
Ryan, good friend Ryan O'Donnell. He's down in Lavalette or Normandy area. Hunter Hockenberry. He's actually a Jacksonville, Florida kid. He's up here in the Coast Guard and he rips. Good surfer.
Right.
Both good friends. And then really just them two right now.
Right.
But they're kind of the model. We're trying to grow from them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Get a couple more guys and girls on the team. And
Right. Yeah, I think that's cool. It's another great way to spread, brand awareness.
We'll get Bryson Jackson
That's
on
right.
the surfboard. I've got a 4-year-old and he's got a 3-year-old.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
Get them started.
Get him started. You know.
Totally.
There we go.
That's cool. So where do you go from here? Like, in the next kind of year, what's the game plan?
Wrap up the summer is our focus now. Summer's hectic. It's all about production and making sure our partners are stocked as quickly as possible. Then, as I mentioned, probably October, November, settle down. Try and have some big sales for Black Friday and through the holidays. And then, as Eric said, really perfect our model this winter so that next summer everything is flowing as smoothly as it can, and
Right.
we're reaching as many people with the message as possible. Yeah.
So that's interesting, like the Black Friday thing. Like, so how is it like as a small like brand kind of fitting into like how do you compete with like you just had Prime Day and all that stuff, right?
Right.
And like where's your niche kind of in that area?
I mean, this past Black Friday was a huge surprise to us. It was awesome. It was our best sale yet.
Was it really?
Yeah. Outside of anything we do in the summer, Black Friday was last year, and I'd hope to be this year again. Just unreal. Just really good for online sales.
I think we're just starting to pick up people that believe in what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, so when we say it's a little cheaper this time, they'll buy something.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So you feel it's like a more about the connection of people with as opposed to like I like that shirt. It's more like I have a connection with these guys or this brand or their message.
I think people truly believe in what we're doing, but I also like to think they really like our stuff as well. I personally love our designs and our tees, and it's right down my style and my alley. Hopefully other people as well.
Right. Yeah, I mean, to me, that's always I always thought about a company like you want your logo something you'd want to wear, right?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
It's all I wear. I don't wear anything but
so that's awesome. It's cool. What do you guys do outside of business?
I watch a lot of basketball.
Do you?
I like the NBA a lot. Yeah.
Who's your team?
I don't have a team.
Nah.
No, just follow players. Yeah.
You got a favorite player?
It's a bandwagon.
It's controversial, but I'd say LeBron's up there.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis. Yeah, they're both on the Lakers, so maybe
Right.
I'm suggesting something there. But yeah, I read a lot. Eric surfs. What do you?
I like to surf, but lately I haven't been doing much of it.
Right.
Yeah. This winter was fun. It was a fun winter. I was out there a lot. And,
You might have
but,
to like book some business trips to Cali or something, I guess. Huh?
That's what I'm trying to.
Business expense.
I'm trying to plan another trip soon. I have some friends and I are hoping to do Nicaragua in early September.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But it's getting a little down to the wire now.
Have you been there before?
I haven't. But
Nah.
it's kind of a sketchy trip, and there's a lot going on down there right now. But it appears to have calmed down, so that we're trying to capitalize on that, or even Panama maybe. But we're trying to get a group of guys together for a trip at the moment.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. We actually know a dude with some land in Nicaragua that
On the way.
you should probably meet up with because he's got some ideas for what to do with it that might mesh with what you're doing.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he's
That'd be cool.
he's a pretty big entrepreneur in the area.
Right.
That'd be awesome.
We're always down for brainstorming sessions.
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool to keep in mind. Any other? So where else have you traveled to surf?
I've been around. I mean, California for 2 years. I was up and down the coast. We went to Hawaii. That was just when I was getting started, so I really couldn't appreciate it.
Right.
Costa Rica, six times now, just because it's a great family spot. There's always something to do if the waves aren't good.
Where do you go?
We've been to Tamarindo every time.
Okay, that's
Tamarindo,
cool.
Playa Grande.
Right.
And of course, you take the boat up to Witch's Rock, which is an awesome day trip.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, other than that, I really haven't been on many surf trips.
I just surf the web a lot.
Surf the web. Watch surf videos.
So you don't surf at all?
I try. I'm trying to get out there now.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm fine. It's hard. It is hard. You don't.
Yeah.
Surfing's hard.
It's all about just
I'm sure.
getting out there and staying out there and
Right.
going again and again.
Yeah.
You pick it up no matter what, but it just takes time.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Do you still swim a lot?
No.
No.
I've tried to get back into it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Every time I do swim, it feels great.
Right.
But it's hard swimming.
I mean, what kind of commitment is that to swim at the college level?
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. I mean, I certainly have regrets. I wish I'd put more effort in during the summers, but I mean, during the school year, it's your life for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 in the morning practices. And, yeah.
And how long are you swimming?
There were times, we're talking 4 hours a day.
Wow.
Two-hour
That's a lot.
practices, if not more. 2-hour practices in the lift. Yeah.
Right.
It's a sport that requires dedication for sure.
Yeah.
And what was your what did you swim?
I was like mid-distance free and butterfly. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just pretty standard stuff. Yeah.
Right.
I liked
Yeah,
it
it's
though.
intense.
He was good.
Yeah.
He was very good, yeah.
No, I was not very good.
course.
It was fun. It was
Supportive
fulfilling.
brother.
It was
Yeah.
fulfilling. It was fulfilling. It was a good time. Yeah. I learned a lot. So.
So were you guys always close growing up? Like, did you ever think that you guys would be business partners? Or?
There was like a 3-year phase where we only had one Xbox. We didn't get along very well then. But other than that, we were always pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
Nice.
Makes it easier.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It would be
It
nice
does.
to have 2 Xboxes.
Is it just the two of you? No other brothers or
Just
sisters?
the two of them, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, good deal. Anything you guys want to shout out before we wrap it up?
No, I mean,
Wow.
I'd say just we appreciate you guys reaching out. And,
Yeah.
and,
Oh, yeah.
and
Shout out you
us.
guys for having us.
Of course.
Shout out our partners for being wonderful and helping us out and helping us get started. And Alec and Matt, who are back at the office, are now working while we're here having fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we could see maybe if they're listening on Facebook.
That's right.
Oh, really? Is that possible? They better not be. I'll tell you that.
They're coming up with some sick designs.
Yeah, there you go.
For the new year.
Sure.
That's awesome. And then we're definitely going to reach out to Matt and try to connect with him.
That'd be great.
Get some
Yeah,
more
I'd love
input
it.
on his design and his background. How did you meet him anyway? What was the connection?
Indeed.com. He applied for the
Oh,
job.
really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
He lived 20 minutes down the street. It was perfect. Yeah.
That's
Nice.
crazy.
We loved
That's
him
cool.
since the interview.
That's
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, I recommend places like Indeed. I've had some. I threw out a few job postings on Craigslist before.
Yeah.
You get some
Not the
interesting
best.
characters.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Indeed.
That's
Sponsored.
That's right. All right, cool. Brian and Eric, we appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank you guys.
Once again, look for Feeling Swell on Facebook at feelingswell.us. The website is feelingswell.org. Mid-summer release coming out. When's that hit?
The 12th
12th?
of August.
August 12th. Look for that.
Sorry.
Limited edition. We've got some sick mullet designs with Feeling Swell in the works. Stay tuned for those. Those are going to be dope. And check out on Instagram at feeling.swell and at feeling.swell.foundation for what the foundation is up to.
Yeah.
All right, Eric and Brian, thanks very much.
Thank
we
you guys.
appreciate
for
Thank you
having us.
guys.
Seriously.
Thank you.
both.
Once again, I'm Evan Balmer. Follow me on Instagram at Evan Balmer.
Mike Mercia at mortgageguy_Mike. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.